All right, we're live, guys. Here we go. We're live. Go.
Hey guys, welcome this morning to Winchester Jiu-Jitsu Academy. We're here. We're going to show you some drills that you can do. Hopefully you have a significant other, brother, sister. You can do some of these drills on, practice some of the moves, all the above, right? And maybe there will be one or two things you can do solo as well. So we can go ahead and jump straight to that. Who wants to start?
Well, solo drills, old school solo drills. And we all know how important shrimping is. I can stationary shrimp, just staying right in one space if I don't have a lot of room. I want to keep my hips off the mat, moving side to side. I can circle shrimp using top or bottom feet and then reverse it. Just moving around, shrimping. It's good to get, again, all your little bottom jiu-jitsu movements going. Hip bridges are always nice. Hip bridge to a shrimp. Those are things you can do at home. Very little space, no partner required. Keeping the bottom jiu-jitsu movements. Next.
All right, guys, one of my favorite things, first of all, is just 30, 20, 10. The 30 jumping jacks, the 20 squats, the 10 push-ups. That's pretty comprehensive in terms of warming you up for jiu-jitsu. If you just do those things, you're gonna be nice and warm. There's a challenge you can do when you do 30, 20, 10, where as you get better at it, you try to aim for the 6-minute mark. Do 6 rounds in 6 minutes, and it comes out to a minute a round, obviously. You don't have to shoot for that initially. Initially, try to shoot for 8 minutes. Try to whittle it down to 7 minutes, then try to hit that 6-minute mark. When you can do 6 minutes doing 30 jumping jacks, 20 squats, and 10 push-ups, that's 1 round, and you can average that for 6 minutes, 1 round per minute, then you're getting your cardio better, you're opening your hips up with the squats, you're getting the shoulders stronger, and you're really ready. But I have another one I'm going to do real fast. Sorry, I motioned you to the wrong person. Come on in, crowd. I'm going to use Nate for this. Nate, come on. If you have a partner, brother, sister, significant other, what I like to do is just get the legs warm. We start out in the guard position, and I'm just going to control an arm. This gets us used to standing from the guard position. I'm going to control an arm. I like the monkey paw grip. I like to put my fist on top of his wrist here, and I'm going to step up with the same side leg as the arm I'm controlling. If I step up with the other leg, it allows him to underhook, so I'm stepping up with the same side. And all I'm simply going to do is I'm going to stand. Come to this position. I'm not going to pop my hips forward yet. This is just for the drill. And you can switch sides, controlling the arm as well. Who's next?
The next, sorry. All right, so guys, I'm not really gonna focus on a drill so much. There's more of exercising, because a lot of people always come into jiu-jitsu saying, well, I don't want to start until I get in shape, and that kind of keeps them away. So while we're away, we want to make sure that we are keeping in shape. And for the 30, 20, 10 drill, we're going to look at the push-up. All right, so we're going to look at 3 variations of the push-up and how it kind of breaks down. So if I'm in the push-up position, guys, remember, the standard push-up position is my hands in line with my shoulders, about maybe 1.5 feet apart. My toes are back. If this was an authorized position in the military, my feet cannot be more than 1 feet apart or together. So they can't be like this. It takes stress off the muscle. But from here, as I lower my body, it's not important that my chest touch the ground. It's important that my back of my arms are parallel to the ground. This is not a push-up, okay? This is just somebody doing it halfway. As I come down, I want to make sure that the back of my arms are parallel to the ground, and then I'm going to straighten my arms back out. Okay, that's 1 rep. Okay. As we're doing this, remember that the push-up emphasizes the strength of the tricep, the shoulder, and the pectoral muscles of the chest. Okay, so you want to do more stress on the chest muscles. Then the wider my hands go, the more stress gets placed on the chest muscles as I go and lay down and do my rep. If I want to put more stress on the triceps, and I start to bring my hands in, which are called close hand push-ups, or some people say diamonds. Some people can't really do the diamond position because it's really hard on the wrist. But as long as your hands are inside your shoulders, then you can consider that a close hand push-up and have a lot of stress on the tricep muscle as you go down and up. The last one, if I want to put more stress on the shoulder, is I'm actually going to turn my fingers in a comfortable position. I don't have to be all the way turned canted like this, but as long as I get my fingers turned and facing each other, as I start to go down, more of the stress is now placed on the front of the shoulder. So with that in mind, you guys can do your reps and focus on which body part you want to hit a little bit more. If I do the standing position, then I'm kind of hitting all three at the same time evenly. Hands out wide, more on the chest, hands close in, more on the triceps, fingers pointed in, more on the shoulders. So then I can work my split to do that. Maybe I do 10 of one, 10 of another, works up to 40, maybe do 4 sets of that, take a break in between. But that's gonna make our upper body stay in shape, get better in shape when you come back in here. And then next week, we'll kind of look at the sit-up, which is gonna work from the abs. Good to go? All right, guys.
Hi, guys. So these two are basically just reviews of what we did the last couple weeks. The first one is just like the modified leg under drill. So just get an old belt or a rope and lay it out. And it's just the exact same thing except without a person, okay? So I'm always driving down the outside knee first. My hands come to the mat, and then I'm gonna windshield wiper my feet across to come to the other side, just like this. And keep going back and forth, doing 1-minute rounds 3 or 4 times, okay? The next one is just the passing drill. So you can use a trash can, or if you have a partner, you can use a partner, okay? My partner's feet come together. I make sure that my feet are a little more than shoulder length apart, okay? I bring my hands to their knees, and I'm gonna bring the inside foot to their hip first, and then the outside. Squat down, clap, and then outside, inside. So inside, outside, outside, inside. Inside, outside, outside, inside.
How about your pistol squats?
Pistol squat?
Pistol squat. The advanced version of squatting.
I'm weak, and I've eaten too much.
Oh, she did it. Good live.
For you overachievers out there, you can do the pistol squat. The rest of us, regular
For
squats.
the record, Libby just extended her arm to help me up and then didn't pull it off. She just kind of went down. Thanks, Liv.
Coach Tom, you have something you want to share?
No. I'm just here to learn.
You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So we had a request for a arm bar from Close Guard. You come in my Close Guard? Oh, I'm ready to go. I don't have anything else. So anytime that Liv's arm crosses my sternum, she's in jeopardy of an arm bar. Here she's pretty good. Anytime my sternum are over, I want to secure that. So I'm going to reach up, and I like to get just above her elbow, and then I'm going to drop my elbow to lock her arm. I like to come thumb in, so I have an equal push and pull to control her posture, because she wants to base up and pull this out. So I'm going to control her posture. I'm now going to drop my foot onto her hip. I'm going to raise my hips off the mat. I need my knee locked behind her shoulder, 90 or in. I don't want to be out here where again she can start to pull that arm out. So I'm going to lock. My hips are off the mat, so she's carrying my weight. It's helping me with that posture control. Now from here, I want to create a reaction to make this easier for me. So I'm going to give Liv a little bump with my hips. Her natural reaction is going to push back into me. So when I bump her and I feel that push back, I'm going to follow. This is kicking through her armpit, and I'm going to bite. Once I bite this leg, I can take this one out. I should be able to look into Liv's ear. I'm perpendicular to her. Biting my legs down. I'm engaging my calves and my hamstrings by flexing my feet. I don't have little limp feet here. I'm flexing, biting all this down. I want to make sure her thumb is up. I'm simply going to extend my hips. As I pull her arm down, I'm going to get my tap. Again, her arm crosses my sternum. I lock it into place. I like to go thumb in because I can push and pull. You certainly see a lot of people come 4 fingers in. I'm not going to say one's right, one's wrong. I'm just going to say my preference is thumb in, and I'm right about where her collarbone is. So I can use this as a push if she starts to crowd into me, and then I can pull if she comes away from me. I don't want to be down here. I don't want to be too far up. Right about where her collarbone is. My foot goes into the hip. My hips immediately come off the mat, so she's carrying my weight. I'm going to make sure that this leg is locked behind her shoulder. Give her a little push. She pushes back into me. I immediately follow. Bite, bite, elevate, get my tap. That is a closed guard arm bar. Works pretty well. Thank you. Lift. Next.
All right, I'm going to use Professor Nate. All right, so we're going to go off the warm-up drill. But we're going to make this a little more interactive in terms of the way I'm going to set up a pass off of this, okay, guys? Actually, I'm just going to come up to the guard break. I'm not going to totally finish the pass, but I'm going to show you how to finish the pass. That made no sense. Stick with it. All right, so a lot of times we're down here fighting with this guy. He has us in our guard, and in his guard, and he's breaking us down, pulling back of the head, swinging for the inside, breaking me down, and I get tired of being here. I've been in the fire too long. It's time for me to get up and make it more difficult for him, okay? So what I'm going to do is in this fight, I'm going to control an arm. I'm going to control an arm, and I like controlling it with the monkey paw grip right at his wrist, and I shove his forearm into his own belt. Kind of like I'm trying to push his wrist all the way into his spine. All my weight's going on that, so it makes it very difficult for him to get it out of there, okay? Now, I'm even going to put more weight on it because I'm going to lean forward, and I'm going to step up with the same side leg. Same side leg of the arm I'm controlling. If I step up with the other leg, it allows Coach Nate to underhook it, or Professor Nate to underhook it. Makes it very difficult, okay? Here, he can't get to my leg, I'm safe, okay? Now that I'm in this position, all I'm going to do is go ahead and pop to my feet. If you need to push off the chest to do it, you can. I like to try to keep my posture because I've already been down there. I don't want to play this game again. I go ahead and pop to my feet. Notice I'm still in a squat position with my back straight. That's important. I don't want my legs straight and my back bent over. Makes it too easy for him to break my posture. So my back is straight, my legs are bent, I'm in a squat position. Now it's safe for me to switch hands. I've switched hands. Now I can pop my hips forward, control at the knee. I'm going to push all the way to the ground, and I'm going to take a step back with my other leg, so I'm in a combat-based position here, okay? Now, if I were going to pass, I have him all the way down. I keep my foot flat on the mat, okay? That's important. I don't want to be on my toes. I'm flat on the mat, and I drive my knee forward. I can go for the cross face and the underhook at the same time. And go ahead and finish my pass and run the hips. One more time. We're fighting. I control the inside. I get my posture. Straight back. Control the arm. My fist in his forearm. That leg goes up. Now I can pop to my feet. I pop to my feet. Now that I pop to my feet, I can switch hands. I switched hands. Now I can pop my hips. Allows me to control this leg. I push it all the way to the mat, stepping the other leg back. I go for the cross face and the underhook. Cross face, underhook. Now, I switch my hips to get my pass and come back and run the hips. Good help you up.
All right. Coach Nate?
All right, guys, we're going to finish up our single leg defense series today. We're going to kind of look at what we're going to do when the other ones fail, so to speak. So remember, as Miss Olivia comes in, I'm going to feed her my leg, or she did a good single leg entry. So remember, to recap what we did before, she wants my leg in front of her body. That's pretty much a guaranteed takedown for her. I want my leg to either be in between hers, which is more of a 50-50. She can still run the pipe. I can still reverse like we looked at last week and Tuesday as well. If I really want to defend, I want to make sure I get my foot to the outside and pin my shin to her hip. Now it's easy for me to get the whizzer, start to pull her up and stomp that foot to the mat. And now we're in a good 50-50 position. It's gonna be very difficult for me to stomp my foot to the mat and get it out between her legs when she's pinching her knees. Very hard for me to do that. So I wanted to make sure that before I got here, I swiveled here. Okay? So for now, guys, we're here. She's got a good pinch on the knee. Maybe I can't get this hook, okay, before we look at reversal by grabbing this hand. So for now, I'm still gonna grab the belt. I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna keep her head tight in here. Can't get this hand for whatever reason. So from here, guys, sometimes what happens when I try to circle in towards this way, she just follows me. And we end up doing this, circling around. Okay, so for now, I'm gonna fake that way, but then I'm gonna come back. And I'm gonna try to put my foot right by her foot, okay? So from here, this free hand that would have grabbed the wrist is now gonna grab and prop her knee. If she has a gi on, I can grab the gi pants. If it's no gi, remember I'm gonna grab the lat, and I'm just gonna prop the knee, okay? So from here, I'm gonna start to kick this leg straight, and then I'm gonna sit back. As we come back up, I'm gonna let go, face the knee, and I can start to face down for you guys that get the knee bars and attack them here. But for right now, I can stay right here in this position and just kind of ride around a little bit from the top spot. So my back knee prop. One more time, she comes in for that high single, guys. Remember, the high single is from the knee to the hip. She's got my leg pinched. I just can't get it out. I can't swivel around. So I get some type of upper body control. Right here is going to be the belt because she has a gi on. No gi, I'm going to grab the lat. Can't get this hand right here. She won't let me go in front. So maybe I stutter step, but I come back. Go ahead and prop that knee. Stretch this leg out and sit backwards. As we roll back up, I can let go of the belt. I can immediately face down and go for my knee bar. Or I can just stay here, hug that knee to my chest, and just kind of ride this position out and then figure out what I want to do from there. Ready to go? All right, guys. So that's going to finish this series of our single leg defenses. Next week, we'll look probably at the double, see how that goes. All right.
All right, I'm gonna do
Yes.
All right, so, sorry. All right, so last week we looked at transitioning from the side body to the mount, and today we're just gonna look at an Americana from the side body. So I'm gonna start out in a good side body position, okay? I have my underhook here. I have my cross face with this arm, and I wanna make sure that I'm getting my fingers to his armpit and then pulling him into me and making sure that my shoulder is under his chin here, okay? My chest is on his chest and everything stays tight here, okay? So last week we transitioned to the mat. Today we're just gonna look at what I'm gonna do if he frames. So he frames on my face here, and I'm gonna take out the cross face arm and catch his wrist, okay? I'm gonna monkey paw grip his wrist and bring it to the mat, okay? My elbow, I want on the side of his neck here, and I'm gonna pull my elbow into my knee, okay? From here, my right arm comes under, and I'm gonna make the exact same grip on my own wrist here, okay? I wanna imagine like I'm revving a motorcycle with my left hand, okay? So I'm turning his wrist out, and all I'm gonna do from here is bring his arm down to his belt, and I'm gonna paint the mat with the back of his hand. And that's the Americana. So one more time, I have a good side body, right? I have the underhook here. I have the cross face with my left arm, okay? Everything's tight, and he goes to frame. I'm gonna catch his wrist, make a good grip here, and I'm gonna drive his arm to the mat, okay? Pulling in my elbow and keeping everything tight here. With my right arm, it's gonna come under his arm and make the exact same grip on my wrist. Now all I'm gonna do is turn his wrist out and paint the mat with the back of his hand. And I get my tap.
All right, guys. Okay. Yeah. Let's bring everybody back together. So we did have a question from one of our students. We asked if anybody has anything they would like to learn or like to work on, any sort of things they're having trouble with. And Vinny came back with the armbar from the mount. So if one of you guys would be able to show the armbar from the mount. Who's up? All right.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, actually, let me use Professor Jeff. All right. So we're going to start from the mount position. It may be best to kind of get this angle up here.
All right.
And what I like to do is I like to make it so that they're pushing off of me. I need to be underneath their elbows, okay? So I like them pushing off of me. And when I can get them pushing off of me and fighting my upper body rather than fighting my hips, that's generally when I'm ready to attack, okay? And remember, as long as they're down inside here, fighting my hips, they're doing the right thing. It makes it very difficult for me to attack their arms. It's not until I can get them panicked by giving them the crawl space pressure, putting heavy pressure on them, that I can get them fighting my upper body. And as soon as they start fighting my upper body so that they can breathe, that's when I can start attacking the armbar, okay? So a lot of times I'll get here, I've cross spaced him, I'm using heavy pressure, and he starts panicking a little bit and pushing up. Yeah, exactly. So I'll underhook one elbow. I like to underhook one elbow of the side that I'm going to create the S mount from, okay? So I'll underhook one elbow, and I'll take my knee up to his ear on the opposite side. Then I bring my hand around, and I switch positions. I trade off, okay? And I gather up his arms. I have both arms gathered up now. Now it makes it easy for me to transition to the S mount position. Now that I'm in the S mount position, I'm going to go ahead and swim underneath of his arm and set it in the omoplata position right on my hip, okay? The other arm, I'm simply going to create the underhook, and I can grab my own knee. I like to grab my own knee, and I'm going to rotate so that my knees start going to the mat as I bring this foot up with the top of my foot underneath of his neck, okay? Top of my foot underneath of his neck. I'm lifting up on his head. I rotate my knees to the mat, and I get my tap. There's an armbar from the top. Now I can go ahead and make this to the bottom by simply passing my foot over, and I'm gonna slide down his arm like a firefighter sliding down a pole, okay? I'm not gonna fall back. I'm gonna slide down his arm, keeping my butt close to his shoulder, okay? And I'm gonna grab his wrist. I'm driving my feet to the mat, pulling my heels towards my butt, and I'm gonna bridge up off the mat as I keep his thumb facing the sky and get my tap, okay? Remember, when I take my hips up, that's what creates the fulcrum. If I keep my hips flat on the mat, look how far Professor Jeff's hand goes down. When I raise my hips up, it creates the fulcrum to get the armbar earlier.
I think Libby should always be the bottom person on that.
Yeah, that was a miserable position. I tried to talk fast through that.
Okay, Bobby Honecker has a question about butterfly guard.
Bobby should work on closed guard before he goes to butterfly guard.
Let's just get Bobby back in jiu-jitsu before we do butterfly guard. We love you, Bobby.
All right.
Actually, honestly, to give you an honest answer about butterfly guard. So butterfly guard's a very specific guard, and anyone can use butterfly guard. But just as I was talking about with fulcrums and levers before, a person with a leg length this long does not generally do butterfly guards just simply because it's very, very hard to use the levers when you're jammed up, okay? So someone like Tom, come on in, Tom. Tom has shorter legs. I don't know about his arms. They're a little bit shorter as well. Butterfly guard's perfect for someone like Tom. He has powerful legs, all jokes aside. He has powerful legs, shorter, and he's going to be very good at a butterfly guard. One of the things Tom's going to, go ahead, you can get me in butterfly guard. One of the things Tom's going to try to do in butterfly guard is he's creating this connection, first of all, and he's creating these hooks. He can actually hook my thighs to keep me from going back and away from him. The second thing he's going to do is he's going to try and keep his head in against my chest and control the inside. Now see how Tom has his head down here? It makes it very easy for me to defeat his guard because I can just drive his head to the mat, okay? That's not what he wants to do. He actually wants to put his forehead right into the center of my chest like that and create a strong back. And now he's in a pretty good position here, okay? Now one of the things that, one of the basic sweeps that he can do is he's gonna shrimp his butt out. So he has the underhook on this side, yes. exactly. He's going to shrimp his butt out that direction, in the direction of the underhook, and all he's going to do is simply fight for this arm. He's going to get this arm, yes. He's going to put his right foot, the foot that's between my legs right here, yeah, he's going to post those toes on the mat, and he's simply going to fall to his shoulder. He wants to fall all the way to his shoulder and create a little lift here, and that creates the sweep. Okay, so one more time. He starts in the butterfly. Remember, once his back straight, strong posture still. Forehead into my chest. Okay, he's creating the hooks. He's simply going to take his butt off to the side of the underhook. Yes, exactly. He's going to fight to control the arm. He sucks it in. As he goes off of those toes and falls to his shoulder, he doesn't have to create a big flip here. That leg's there just as a light lift. Okay? Any other questions?
No, that was it for today. If you guys have questions or something that you're looking to improve, please feel free to comment on this post or just send us a message, and we are happy to help you troubleshoot these concepts. So, guys, anything else to add?
No, guys, thank you very much for joining us today. We hope everyone's staying safe. We hope to be back together again very, very soon. Working on all the drills together, working on getting better. Remember, do all these drills at home. Do the solo drills, do the partner drills if you can. Try to keep your body sharp. Try to keep your mind sharp. Try to keep engaged in jiu-jitsu so you're constantly thinking about it, keeping it on your mind. And we can get Coach Tom to do some push-ups. That'd be awesome. Everyone in the class knows what I'm talking about with Coach Tom's push-ups. We love you, Tom. Anyone else have anything?
All right. See you guys next time. Keep an eye out for some emails regarding Zoom classes beginning Tuesday at 10:30. So keep an eye out for emails. We'll put stuff on Facebook. But if you guys have questions, get in touch with us, okay? All right. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.